So, I'm very big in the slam poetry, right? I'm also a slam poet, if you want to throw that title on me. And one of my favorite poets is this poet named Porsha from Boston. And she has this poem titled Rekia Boy, which basically, of course, focuses on Rekia Boy, but also talks about the greater issue of our lack of advocacy for black women that lose their lives, right? Like, we always talk about black rights and Black Lives Matter, but honestly, when we say that, most of the time we're thinking about black men, right? We rally for these black men that get shot by police. We rally for these black men that get these injustices, and as we should, right? But then in turn, when these same things happen to our black women, you don't see no rallies, right? You don't see no picket signs. You don't see no petitions. You barely even see a news report. And so that poem that she did really got me to thinking about my own place in society and my privilege as a male, right? Because we always talk about our oppression as black men, but we rarely think about our privilege as men in society. And so I wrote a poem after that, and it's just called After Porsha. Why niggas never rally for the black woman? As if an early death is a natural part of her cycle. As if we can't hear her screams. Like her voice ain't a thing until it carries the sound of a black man's name on it. Better yet, does she even have a voice or a life to take? Do black women even die, or do they just transfer to the next body? I mean, you would think so, right? The way we treat them like immortals. Yes, we've seen them survive so much shit, we assume them unbreakable. Seen them nurture so many lives, we forget that they have lives of their own. Forget they pass away forever the same way black men do. Forget that a bullet can rip through a black woman's face the same way it does in niggas. Forget they get snatched up the same way black men do. And sometimes it's us black men doing the snatching. Quick to call you queen, but only want your mouth open with a dick in it. Always saying we see the angel in you, but rip your wings off every time you turn your halo on at some point. We adopted this ideology that because the hood full of black women, that mean they ain't dying too. Right. Something about that shit we just can't fathom. So much so that we can look at a picture of a dead Sandra Bland and mistake her for living, and ain't that problematic? That we can't even tell the difference between a dead black woman and a living one. Can't even see the spirit risen out her body because a black woman with no spirit don't make sense to us. That's some Twilight Zone shit, right? Something we cast off as a myth because we ain't comfortable with a black woman being tired, ain't comfortable with her sacrifice, down to make all her critiques a burden and all her burdens necessary would prefer. She buried herself alive in the hood until a light-skinned nigga walks out a Tyler Perry movie and shows her what love is, and that's the real myth, right? A black woman being loved. God so used to them holding us up that we forgot how many of them we pushed beneath us, forgot that we ain't been walking on clouds this whole time. We're on the backs of God's greatest creations. Question, if the human body is a universe, and God created the universe, is woman not the closest thing to God on this planet? Question, do they not create a universe every day? Question, is the black woman's skin not the closest thing to earth besides the planet itself? Question, if we can't see the difference between that life and death, then how will we ever be able to see them dying? Question, how do you stop a process you don't think is real? Question, why we only care about the dead black women related to us? Question, and we all fucking related? Question, what do you really feel when a black woman dies? Answer,